It's an adventure world that we are creating, using our brain to get any way we can. So we tell these stories.
Hey guys, and welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect. Today we're going to be dabbling in a little bit of environmental tech, and maybe trying out some really overpowered RF tool stuff. So I hope you guys are ready. I tell you what, for as long as I've been playing this now, this still does not get old. The ore excavation, it's so satisfying. And look at this. Watch how much redstone we're going to get from this one island. It's insane, from an entire saturation bar. Oh, and that's all it reached, I think. And if we take a look, entire inventory, and yes, that's a lot of redstone. And I don't even know if it touched like all of the redstone that actually exists here, because there might actually be more. This is just like on the side of this little island here. I don't know, I might as well just like excavate the whole thing out. Plus it also levels my pick, and I mean, who wouldn't want to put some haste on here? I mean, I can always throw some haste on here. So long as I got a huge supply of food, I should be good. So today I'm setting everything up for the environmental tech. Yes, we need to get environmental tech up and running, and thankfully this information tab, it's been super nice of them to sort of separate this thing out so we don't have to like get the book and read it and everything. We can kind of be fed the information here that we're gonna need 24 structure frames that are tier 1, and this is for your just botanic. It's going to be the same for all of them of this tier, I believe. So the two main ones that actually the first one I want to get set up, you would think would be the ore miner, but it's actually the resource miner, because it's the only way you can get mica. And mica is something we're definitely going to need. And mica comes from the resource miner at tier 1, and that's the only way we're going to be able to upgrade these to the next tiers. Now, I don't know how much stuff is like available in the next tiers. I would have to go through here and look at all the different tiers. But for right now, we're going to go resource miner, then we'll go ore miner, and then I'll follow up with a botanic miner. All of these things are going to be really useful because it's just stuff we can just kind of let it run, and we don't have to think about it. We can just let it run, and it's going to generate all these blocks for us, and we can just sit back and relax, right? That's what we're going to do. So that's pretty much the whole point of modded, right? Is to just make everything so automated that you don't even have to play the game, right? That's how it is. But anyways, void resource miner. It's going to require this litherite. So that's part of the big part of this. And then we're going to need a bunch of this inner concrete. So we really need to keep this in mind. We need 20 structure panels. The structure panels are going to be just a bit of iron and redstone. That's why I farmed up that redstone. And to get iron bars, we have to have compressed, which I already have a bunch of those. So really we'll end up making more of this than you think. So you're going to need quite a few iron bars. You're going to need quite a bit of iron. You're going to need quite a bit of gold. All of this you're definitely going to need. And we're going to be using this. I mean, there's going to be a lot of iron. I think I have over 2,000 iron right now, and I hope that's enough for at least the 2 right here. And that's not even counting the one for the botanic. Yeah, so, and that's just tier 1s. And I think I'll be super happy with tier 1s. And we're going to power it with power cells. And they shouldn't require too much power. And then we're going to use probably crates for right now in order to get the items. And then, or what we could do is just have it automatically deposited into our system. We could probably just use ender chests and just have everything sent to one ender chest, and then just have it go into our main storage system. That actually probably be even a better situation. I know I mentioned this last episode, but I gotta be careful in here. The concrete, it just simply gets thrown in here. I think I can no, it's just like any other thing. I have to wait for it. I could use a hopper, but I'm gonna need a bunch of black concrete for all of this stuff. But as far as, right now, I think I have just about everything. I just need this, the interconnects, which just require that black concrete. I have a bunch of the connectors now, and then the structure. So I'm just going to need gold nuggets. So I don't know if gold nuggets are something that's, I guess we can press them. The unpacking, that's probably going to be the best way to go about doing it. I don't want to have to go through the casting and smelting stuff right now. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and make this metal press. So at this point, I have everything made up, except for the last few things, which is just going to require the limonite, or the litherite, my bad. We need 4 of these. As you can see, I just ran out. I've used up so much of the stuff. It's just, it's crazy. So I need to make a little bit more, which I have the ability to make more. Let's go ahead and throw this in here. We are going to need 7. I'm literally missing 1. Why am I missing 1? What am I? Oh, I'm missing lime dye. Wow, out of everything, just a piece of lime dye. I almost had everything in line, right? Like I literally just, I mean, I about had everything ready to go. And was missing out with just a little bit of lime dye. Okay, so let me make the last bit here, and then that will allow me to make this stuff. There we go. And that's pretty much all I need. I need this to make the, I'm going to go ahead and make the resource miner. As you can see, I've done constructed all my parts, and I did have enough for each. And I made sure to count them properly. I also have my lenses here. And then I need to get this one right here, which for some reason it just took my lens out of my inventory, even though I do have another one. There we go. Okay, now we'll be able to craft it. So this is the void ore miner. So I have both of these, right? I want to place both of them down. We're going to get both of them set up. And I want to place them under here. Now, be careful placing them above ground because these do need direct sight underground. So I'm going to place the miner here. And this will be the ore miner up here. All right, they're both placed. The only thing I have to do now is pretty much right-click them with the assembler. And this should do all the work for me. And it should assemble it for me. And then when it's done, it should say that it's done, so long as there's nothing in its way. And yeah, of course, something's in its way. So this light technically is in its way. I don't think anything else is bothering it. There also can't be, I think, an actual light source directly below it as well. That might pose a bit of an issue. But all you got to do is break this and then finish. Once it's done, it should say assembled true, and the light should kick on. So it should look like a beacon going down to the ground. Now I want to decorate this a little bit and make it look a little bit nicer. So that's something that I'm definitely going to work on. Same goes for this. We just basically hold down right click and it's going to build it out for me. And then when it's done, we should see the laser. Nice. And the laser means that it's clear underground as well. So it has a direct sight down to the bottom of the world. Perfect. Now, both of these are going to work. All we have to do is turn them on and they should both function. Now, these are not in line with each other, which if that bothers you, sorry, I didn't want it to be centered. The only thing I kind of want, though, is to give these guys a little bit of a platform and to somehow make this look a little bit nicer. That's all I want, is some way to make this a little bit nicer looking. And to do that, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm still kind of coming up with the ideas for it. But I do want it to look like maybe there's some walls that are holding this up. Like this is holding it up. This sort of deal, connecting to the top. Maybe on the sides as well. Yeah, because we'll probably be sticking with the single for right now, for a little while. But while I work on building this, let's actually get these hooked up to power, because that's like the main thing, right? So we're going to need a couple more of these cards. And I'm going to need a couple more power cells. That is going to be the main thing for this. So to get them hooked up, we just have to get them thrown into our machine set up over here. By the way, the spawners do break. That spawner did break. And it did give me a spawner shard, but I ended up getting 14 wither skeleton skulls out of that. And then not to mention how many wither skeleton skulls this is. And all this black dye. That was worth it for me. So even though they break, it still was worth it. I had to go somewhere, so in between episodes I just kind of hung out here and it ended up breaking eventually. So not too bad, and now it's basically a regular mob spawner, so things are still spawning in it. Okay, so let's get our cards hooked in. We just got to link them, right? Link both cards. You can do them both at once, and now these things are ready to go. Now, crate. We do need a crate. Do I have enough for 2 crates? I do. Yes. Perfect. So these are going to be like just what I want. I'm going to place the crate here. Same on this side. You want to place it next to the storage medium. And I'm going to use this temporarily until I get more blaze rods. Once I have the blaze rods, then we'll make chests and send it directly into our system. But let's go ahead and place this. We'll link it into here. Don't link it. That'll reset the card. And then set this to out. And then that technically should be on. And we can test it by seeing right here. It's going to require 660 RF per tick for that one. And this one's going to require 160 RF per tick is what it looks like. So set that to output as well. And plus this gives it another large buffer. We have, wow, what is it at now? 7 million RF. These are giant batteries as well. So I really like that. And what we should see is eventually ore accumulating in here. Like for example, uranium ore, which I didn't even know, like where do you even get uranium? I don't even remember that being a thing. Plus, what is it used for in immersive engineering? I have no idea, but apparently it's a thing, and we're going to have to let it run its course for a while from what it looks like. But yeah, we're getting nether quartz ore, uranium, we're going to get all kinds of different stuff. And then over here, what I want is mostly mica. And I think there's a way to tune this lens that we might be able to get mica quicker. Oh no, I guess it's just by itself. So the preferred is the white lens. So what I can do is just take this lens, take it off, and turn it into a white lens. So let's take some white dye powder, put that on here, and that should get us mica, at least a bit better. We'll have a higher chance of getting mica. You can do the same thing over here. If there's a specific ore that you're wanting, you can put that in there, and of course it's going to start generating that. So over time, we're going to have plenty of ore. I'm pretty excited about this. So I decorated this a little bit, and as you can see, we are getting some items. Look at that. I'm not too sure about the uranium clusters, as I've not seen those yet, but they're there. And I'm getting sponge and all kinds of other stuff from here. Look at that, we just got some red sand. And look, finally mica. So we are getting stuff. I don't know if mica was a thing that we needed to do. I don't know. I think environmental, I don't know if this was part of the quest lines or not. I don't remember seeing it exactly. I mean, there's the creative stuff. No, I don't think it was listed here, but it is definitely something that you want to do, because it's going to save you in the long run, especially while we're working on other things. It's going to be so nice to just come down here and have those. Actually, instead of coming down here, let's take a look at the ender chests. So we do have ender chests in here, and yeah, we should be able to take some of these, and yeah, it should take any wool. It shouldn't be specifically one type. Don't know why it's doing that, but I think we can just slap some wool in here, right? Yeah, any type of wool should work. And we're going to need 3. We're also going to need simple storage drawers. We're going to need a storage input cable. This is import items from attached inventories into the network. That's exactly what we're going to need. And as far as what color we want to go with this, green, right? I think green suits this, as all of this uses green, just green, green, and more green. So I'm going to make all of this just solid green for the whole thing. And these chests are pretty simple and but yet really powerful. If you're on a server, you can lock these chests because normally they'd be open to the whole server. Anyone that's using this color in this configuration, if you're on a server, this right here will be accessible to anybody. But if you slap a diamond on here, it'll lock it to your actual player data. So if you want to make these independent for yourself, you definitely need to do that. But a lot of times, like the white chests on servers are really nice to use for like trading posts and stuff like that. So if people want to, you know, give you an item and say you're all the way across the world, you can just use an ender chest and then share that item with your friends. Like, that's some of the best ways to do that. By the way, ooh, we're getting sulfur. We're getting stuff from between lands. Like, this is awesome. So by putting both of these chests together, we're going to be able to accumulate all of these different items and basically take these items, put them in here, and send them all to our main storage. Now, as you remember, we do have some items that are automatically getting processed, and that's the thing that we can do with this. This will allow all of these items to be automatically processed. So let's go ahead and throw these items in here that we had, because anything we put into these chests are going to automatically go into our simple storage network, which you would have think by now I would have switched over. But man, I tell you what, simple storage networks, while it is simple, it is also very robust, and it also is just so nice and convenient for everything. So like, I mean, just like this, if we take our cable and just grab that import cable, we can just throw that import cable here. And what it's going to do is it should slowly pull these items out as we get them. I think we hit the ignore list. Yeah, and it should start pulling items out. Now, if this is too slow, which I think this should be fine, you can add yourself some speed upgrades in here. So simple storage networks, they do have speed upgrades and stack upgrades. So if you add the speed upgrades, it's going to make it go faster, and then increase the stack size of the task. So you can actually increase it to set it to stacks. So these can be pretty fast as well. Like, don't let them fool you. So now that we've got this sort of rolling, I think it's a good time to spend a little bit of time with blood magic. Now, to get blood magic and to make it a little bit easier on ourselves, well, why don't we just do this? Looks like I need a little bit of Invar. I think I have Invar laying around. So what we're going to need to do is take some of our Invar, and we're going to get into some RF tools special stuff. Let's just put it that way. Let's just call it special stuff. We're going to use an environmental controller. So we're going to need to take some syringes, and we need to make some of these modules. These modules, combined with blood magic, is pretty powerful. Let's just put it that way. You know how we have to sacrifice ourselves. We have to, prick our little finger to get a little bit of blood in our ritual table. Well, so long as we are using regeneration and saturation plus modules, we pretty much don't take any damage at all. It's quite powerful, like I said. To do that, we're going to need, for one, an iron golem. I don't know how many iron blocks we have. We have 3. I'm going to need 1 more. We'll do that here in a little bit. Over here is going to be the island I want to use. So just to kind of get this going, I think right in the middle, because blood magic can get quite large. I think this island is going to fit it very well. And we're just going to I'm going to level this out, for the most part. And then right here, I know I've already stripped the inside of this island out, but I mean, for the most part, it's pretty well suitable, I think, for this whole thing. So this is going to work, I think, just perfect. So I've got the island cleared off. Now I just need to find some zombies. And getting an iron golem, well, that's pretty easy. Man, as you can tell, my main island, man, it is a little bit laggy, or it's getting there. And it's just because I have all the machine stuff in one chunk. We have a lot of multi-blocks all together. It's going to be that way on our main island. If I was to separate this off onto other islands, it would be a little bit different. But since most of these machines really need to be near each other, yeah, it's kind of the thing, at least from the start. So being over on that island right over there is going to be pretty nice. Now, like I said, we need zombies. We need to go punch some zombies so that way we can get ourselves some stuff. Now, I'm not going to find any on these islands, but these further off islands, we should definitely be able to find some zombies. Let's see. Zombies, where are you? That's a fallen knight. I need specifically zombies. And so we should be able to see them. Like right here. So this, for example, I just, kind of hit him a few times. This guy's got diamond armor, so that creeper shouldn't even bother him. Maybe. It might kill him. But if anything, we'll be able to pick up more. If I was to accidentally hit that creeper, what would happen is, unfortunately, that creeper, it would basically reset this entire syringe. And yeah, I would have to go back and hit some more zombies. But yeah, as you can see, both of these syringes are full. Now all we need is an iron golem, and we should be able to make exactly what we need. So I think this actually might be our first iron golem that we've ever made. I think so. Where'd it go? Iron golems aren't allowed. So much for making that one. I think it's the regeneration. The saturation we're going to have. But the regeneration, yep, nope. We're not going to get that one. I don't think there's a way to do that then. If the iron golem just straight up disappears. Huh. That is definitely being mob controlled. Interesting. The strange thing is I'm pretty sure I hear an iron golem moving around. I do hear one. That just made me realize I actually need another syringe full of zombie. We might be able to find one maybe in an area that's like underground. You know what? Actually, there probably is a zombie that's at our end portal. Usually there's mobs that are in here. At least I could probably get them to spawn. That is a thing that I could do. So unfortunately, I had to wait till the next night, but, you know, it's worth it. This is going to be well worth it. All I got to do is get enough of this guy. There we go. We should be good. This is going to be so nice once we get this thing set up. So while we're basically setting at our altar, let's go ahead and make this final saturation modifier, which is going to be the plus variant. We also need to make the environmental controller. Did I already make this? Oh no, I used my iron block, didn't I? Oh, I'm going to have to make another iron block. Let's pop off of here. Man, it's going to be nice just when I get multiples of these set up. That way I can just have one for each and I can just throw it in the machine and it'll run through the paces and go into our inventory system. You know, simple automation stuff. There we go. And last but not least, environmental controller. Oh, very nice. I don't think we need a lever, but just in case. By the way, do you hear that iron golem? There's a ghost of an iron golem literally walking around, but we just can't see it. That is super sad. But it is there. I hear it. Definitely hear it. All right, lever. Let's grab a lever real quick. And then we have our power source. I think we're ready to go. Oh, wait. We need our blood magic altar. We need all of the runes for it, sacrificial dagger, and our apprentice blood orb. I think that's all we need for right now, anyways. And then we should be able to set this up. Oh boy, I'm kind of excited. All right, so just the default. Let's go ahead and set up our altar. That, of course, is going to go with one block up. Let's go ahead and place that. We're going to surround our runes just like this. And then our altar right here. Perfect. And just to kind of give a little dab right here. Bam, we got blood going in there. Perfect. Now, all we need is this to be nearby. Usually I can actually put it in between, but you know what? That'd be a great place for it. Let's place it right here. Why not? Underneath, we can place our power. So in this hole, let's place our power. Set that to out. Make sure we link it. And then place our controller right here. Now, it is building up power. What we can do is set this to whitelist or blacklist players, affect mobs, hostile, or passive only, or everything. I'm going to set it to just blacklist players because we should be automatically whitelisted. Now, we need to know where we're actually standing. So if I hit Control J, we can find out we're Y level 54. So we need to adjust this, the height to Y level 50, and maybe set this to Y level 50 or Y level 60. So 50 to 60. And then the radius, we can shrink this down to like 5 or 6 blocks. And the more you do this, the less expensive this is going to be. It's going to cost way, way less power. And if we look at it, you can see active is going to be 5 RF a tick. And we're covering quite a few blocks. And as you can see, my saturation bar is completely covered. And what this should do is as we attack ourselves, we should have like a regeneration effect, like just immediately bringing our health back up. So that right there, pretty sick. Even though we can't like use anything else, but like this right here will pretty much allow us to constantly kind of tick our health. Now, if we had the regeneration, be a little bit different, as apparently iron golems is just not a thing. But this is still pretty good. That's going to help with blood magic, or at least getting some things done with blood magic. Like, I don't know, creating a ritual that allows us to spawn in lava and collect it. That's pretty nice. So, of course, today has been such an amazing episode. I want to say a huge thanks to Terry Swan, one of my Patreons. Thank you so much for being a Patreon. And guys, if you stuck around this far and you want to become a Patreon yourself, it's literally $1 will get you access to all of our Discord channels, all kinds of cool stuff, and plus all of the world downloads and stuff to look forward to. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, be sure to click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and also give this video, guys, a huge thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Of course, I'll see you in the next episode, and as always, thanks for watching.